Hey, what's going on? This is Thomas Ian Nicholas, the dude who performed the tongue tornado on Tara Reid in American Pie, and you are listening to Morgan Richards on Radio Cardiff 98.7 FM.
Hey, I'm Morgan Richards from Radio Cardiff on 98.7 FM, and I'm very pleased to say that I'm rejoined in the studio yet again by a man that we simply can't get enough of, dragging him in every time he's in the UK. This time to talk about his brand new PledgeMusic Campaign is, of course, the brilliant half musician, half actor from Los Angeles. It's the lovely Thomas Ian Nicholas.
Hey, Morgan. Thanks for having me back on the show. You can't get enough of me. I can't get enough of Wales.
Well, cheers for coming back for the third time.
Yeah, thank you. You know, everyone, I always call it the UK tour, but pretty much tour England and Wales. So happy to be back.
Lately, it's like you spend more time over here than you do at home.
It's starting to feel that way. This recent tour that I just did, I call it the mini tour, my Back to the UK tour. Did 6 shows in 3 days, and it was my 4th time. But after we finish up the PledgeMusic Campaign, which ends in about a week, we will hopefully reach 100% and have our new album when I bring the full band back at the end of April.
Oh, great to hear. So, Tom, of course, as you just mentioned there, you're currently back in the UK right now for a couple of solo acoustic shows and spreading the word about your brand new fan-funded PledgeMusic Campaign in support of your next full-length album, Security, due for release in April. Letting fans being a part of the process, offering exclusive rewards, and even helping out a great charity along the way. How's the campaign been going so far?
It's been going really well. I mean, I decided to work with PledgeMusic, which was actually started here in the UK. It's cool because I get to offer a lot more than just the album. You know, it's not like a pre-order campaign on iTunes. There's a lot of one-of-a-kind exclusive items, things that I've never really done before. I've got a behind-the-scenes camera in the recording studio, as well as writing songs for people that are specifically tailored to their story, offering all sorts of cool things. And yeah, I decided to add a charitable element to it as well, which you can't do on Kickstarter. That's what's great about PledgeMusic, is that 25% of the proceeds after we reach our goal are going to support St Jude, which I was sort of inspired to do that because of my TV show Red Band Society, which is unfortunately coming to a close. But, you know, that show took place in a hospital, and St Jude goes to help kids that are doing the same things as the characters on the show and fighting for their lives. What St Jude does, let's say like someone has a kid and they are going through cancer treatment, they've got insurance, but it doesn't cover everything and the family can't handle it. St Jude will literally take care of all the bills.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it is such a great organization.
Yeah, so not only does it go with a great cause, but helping you promote the brand new record as well.
Yeah, it's kind of a win-win situation that we get to offer more than just the album and help raise money for a good cause.
Yeah. Oh, awesome. And with stuff like PledgeMusic Campaign, fans really feel involved with the process of you guys making the album because they're then getting exclusive updates throughout the campaign.
Yeah, we're doing an exclusive CD release concert at the Viper Room in Los Angeles, which is going to be for pledgers only. So the tickets are only available through the Pledge Campaign. You know, we've got social media and there's a lot of videos that I do online or tweets or pictures, but the PledgeMusic Campaign is going even farther. Took a camera into the recording studio when we were doing drums and bass, and I've also talked about sort of the inspiration and how the record got written. And these are all things that I haven't shared. There's, you know, not just exclusive items, but an exclusive look.
And of course, the new full-length will follow up from the Security EP you released last year, and we've talked about that a couple of times in the past, but it's actually going to feature 6 brand new tracks, along with the 4 from the EP that you wrote with your good friend and Caleb Turman of Forever the Sickest Kids in the new reinvented indie rock sound. Yeah,
like I said, during that time that I was writing with Caleb in Portland, we wrote all the songs for the album, but I picked sort of the 4 singles. Although now that we're in the studio and putting these other 6 tracks, there's some other ones in there that I think we were a little bummed they weren't on the EP, so that's why we wanted to make the full-length version. And we've got 2 brand new ones. There's one brand new one that I wrote after that, which, you know, sort of is a callback to my post-grunge days, so it gets a little heavier. But, you know, gotta have a nice heavy song on there somewhere, right?
Oh, brilliant. So you have left a couple of surprises in the other 6 tracks than what we've come to know and love from the EP.
Indeed. Then as far as future releases, I know Blues Traveler's not like a huge band in the UK, but later this year, in the summer, I've made the cut. So my song will be on the new Blues Traveler album that I wrote and performed with John Popper.
And of course, course, as we mentioned there, as rewards to people who pledge and pre-ordered the new record, you're offering some great exclusives in merchandise and gifts, including the likes of signed CDs, vinyls, USB-filled goods, and even the likes of you actually writing a song for them, and old school premiere tickets to the American Pie films you started in all those years ago.
I think those were actually Matt Kennedy's premiere tickets.
Oh, wow.
He found them in like a drawer somewhere, and he's like, "Hey, dude, I got my premiere tickets from American Reunion. Do you want to offer them on your pledge?" And I put them on there, and they were gone within like 2 days. I've also decided to put my very first guitar on the Pledge Music Campaign. So the guitar that I learned how to play guitar on and write songs and, you know, jam Nirvana tunes on, I've like, whatever, I'm just going to sell it. And then, yeah, like you said, the songwriting thing is going to be fun. I'm kind of a fan favorite, so I added a couple more on there. And so what I'll be doing with that is having a conversation with those people and find out, you know, who the song's for and what the story is, and literally tailor a song specifically for them. Like, I know one of the people is this guy. He's like, yeah, I want to do a song for his wife for their anniversary coming up. So how cool is that? I'll like find out the story of how they met, get some details, and compile it into a song specifically tailored as a present to his wife.
Oh, well, brilliant. Sounds like you're going to have quite a lot of fun doing that.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool. It'll be an interesting way to write songs. Now that I've got like, you know, 2 more available, if I sell all 6, I could release my own acoustic EP with songs written for pledgers.
And of course, as we've already mentioned, a really big part of the campaign is that you'll be donating a massive 25% of all money raised towards a great charity you've worked with a couple of times in the past, in the brilliant St Jude Children's Research Hospital. As you said, really looking forward to be supporting them with this release as well.
Yeah, I first kind of came in contact with their organization. I was part of a radiothon in Springfield, Illinois, and in 24 hours they raised about $18,000 for St Jude. So that day I signed up as well and became a partner in Hope. I learned a lot more about their organization, and so I decided to raise some more money for them.
And there's only so many days left to the pledge, so people better head over to the website for great cause and get some fantastic rewards.
Yeah, you can catch a link at pretty much any of my social media. There's a link to the pledge campaign, or you can type in tinyurl.com/pledge TNB. And yeah, there's only 6 days left. So literally, if we don't reach 100%, not only does St. Jude not get the 25% of the money, but we also don't get to make our album. So we have to reach 100% in order for us to have a new album for the next UK tour.
Yeah, well, here's hoping you'll be able to go even further past 100% by next week.
The more past 100% that we go, the more money we raise for charity. Yeah. So that's the way that I look at it. It's just a really great way to sort of connect with people on a different level. For me, I wish that like Foo Fighters would do a Pledge Music Campaign. I mean, imagine all the things that Dave Grohl could offer on a Pledge Music Campaign that you've never before been able to get.
And just a couple more things now, Tom, before you go. We've mentioned that you've just been doing a couple of solo acoustic shows here in the UK, but you've just recently been announced to be returning in April for that fantastic lineup in the Hit the Deck one-day festivals in Bristol and Nottingham with your full band, and doing your own headline tour surrounding that as well.
This will be my 5th tour in the UK. And the very first time that I'm bringing all the guys over with me. So Matt Kennedy will be coming back, of course, playing lead guitar and singing with me. And then the drummer and bass player and him are also in another band called Fast Astronaut out of Nashville. And so I'm bringing them all with me, and they're going to be one of the support acts on the tour. You know, we're sort of sharing gear and bringing 2 bands over. Literally will be the first time that I've had a full band in the UK outside of the Gloucester Underground Fest when I stole Sam and Dave from Mallory Knox to play drums and bass with us when we opened up for Lower Than Atlantis and Don Broco and Canterbury, which is no longer, which is really sad.
Right. And Tom, just now very quickly, of course, over the last year, with you've released your EP, of course, we've mentioned in the past that you've toured massively, doing 2 tours over here in the UK in 2014, 3 over back home in America, and even your first ever shows over in Japan. As well as that, your acting side of things, you've got 2 films now ready to be released in The Lost Tree and Walt Before Disney. Is there any news on maybe the release dates and when we can see these in the UK?
I will be able to tell you more about the release dates for The Lost Tree when I'm back. Hopefully you'll have me back on your show. The Lost Tree will be going to the Berlin Film Festival. That's where the film will pick up distribution, and then we'll know more about when it's going to be released. And then Walt Before Mickey, they're still finishing up that film. Hopefully I'll have some news then. I know that they're anxious to sell the film as well. As you know, both of these are independent, so we've got to sell them to a distributor before we know when they're going to come out. But The Lost Tree came out great. The visual effects on this film are astounding. And the film, people were kind of thinking that it was like a horror movie. It's turned out to be more of a dramatic thriller with some supernatural elements, which, you know, is exciting for me because I think it'll be something for people to see me in a different light than, you know, happy-go-lucky Kevin from all the American Pie films.
Oh, fantastic. Well, really looking forward to seeing them and hearing about more info the next time you come back in April.
Yes, I promise to bring you some news about them. Hopefully, I won't be saying the same thing.
Well, brilliant. And with all that now, is there anything else we can expect from you or the band in the near future?
Well, I'm actually going to be combining my worlds again. You know, much like I played guitar on Red Band Society, the TV show. And now I know I'm talking about something that you can't really even see over here in the UK, but I was a dude who played guitar in a hospital on this TV show. But I'm going to be combining my worlds again with music and film. And the next film that I'm going to produce will... Did you ever see the movie The Wrestler with Mickey Rourke? Basically, we're going to make a film that's dramatic like that, only the backdrop instead of wrestling will be music. So I'll be playing, not myself, but a rock and roller. So I'm going to, like I said, bring my music world and my acting world together again.
Oh, fantastic. Well, Tom, that's about it. Cheers for coming back into the studio yet again for another catch-up.
Yeah, thank you.
Best of luck now with PledgeMusic Campaign and the tour in April, and hopefully I'll be able to catch up with you yet again then.
Yeah, sounds good, Morgan. Thank you so much for having me on the show. And by the way, just so you know, Morgan is not just one who talks about pledging and is trying to tell you to do it. Morgan himself is a pledger on the campaign. So thank you again for pledging for the new album in support of St. Jude. So thanks, man.